Hello and welcome to the haul from my trip to the East Coast. In my vlog I talked about thrifting in North Carolina. I also, on that trip, I was in Washington DC and I did some thrifting there as well. I'm gonna share with you what I found. A friend I was visiting has also gotten into thrifting, at least while I'm there. So she encourages the thrifting. I'm kind of like, are we gonna have time to thrift? Are we gonna have time to thrift? Every year since we've started thrifting in North Carolina, we have had time to thrift. That was the case this time. We spent an entire afternoon thrifting. I really wanted to find some vintage touristy souvenir shirts. In years past I have found them and I didn't purchase any of them because I wasn't like into that at the time, but I did find some vintage postcards. I think the box from which I pulled all of these has been there for years and years. It's possible that I'm the only person who looks through that box and that every year they add a few things. I don't think it's very common to find that number of very vintage postcards, and some of those were antiques. In the last thrifting moment, I'm kind of filing through the postcards and I find this amazing little treasure, a Disneyland postcard of all things. It's not just one postcard, it's a set of postcards. The aesthetic of this image from Disneyland, the pink line drawings of rides in the corner here, the swans. This opens up. Look at this. It's a set of Disneyland postcards. Presumably from the 50s or 60s. Look how many there are. The submarines with a mermaid. You used to be able to ride a gondola through the Matterhorn, and when you open it up, there's the dedication to Disneyland. You're supposed to send the entire booklet of postcards as one. All of the postcards were 95 cents. The woman at the front counted this as one postcard. I got this for 95 cents. So then, when I realized she was only gonna charge me 95 cents for this set, I went back and got more. So I went back and got as many as I could that I thought were kind of interesting. This is a set from the Grand Canyon. This opens in a similar way, and you would send the entire bundle of postcards. It says here postage was only 3 cents. This is from Hollywood. On this side we have the Walk of Fame. Let's open it up and see what we have inside here without ripping it. Different little areas in Hollywood. I took quite a few of these because they were 95 cents and I thought, why not? This is definitely an antique. It's got a different texture to it. A depiction of Gettysburg. Just some different images, but these postcards are beautiful. They are, whoa, look at this. I guess if you're really into Gettysburg, I like the colors on these. On the flap it says, stepped here for lunch today. The capital of New York, Albany. Let's see, some of the parks and the buildings, the state capitol. I wish I could tell the year, but I would say these were like from the 40s maybe? I got quite a few. I got the beauties of the desert. It's textured. Oh, okay, so here we go. El Paso. So this was sent from El Paso, 5:30 p.m. It doesn't say the year though, it just says March 26th. Looks like a painting. When we open this up, some of these would be nice to frame. Some of the desert plants and flowers. I've got a year finally. March 26th, 1954. 1954. Pretty cool. Just a few more here. As you can see, I went a little crazy because 95 cents, and it was fun to find something. I think at that point, toward the end when I knew I wasn't gonna find anything else, I was really excited to find something. This is Clearwater, Florida. I love finding images from old beaches. This, I just learned that Clearwater, most of the buildings, the town is pretty much owned by the Scientology group. I think they have their big center in Clearwater. Yeah, just a fun beach community. Another souvenir postcard set from Florida. Florida, the winter vacation land. And this is on a thin paper. Let me take it out of its sleeve here. I liked this postcard because on the bag this man is holding, it says, the Louvre. This is the only individual postcard that I purchased in that pile as well. There was another Disneyland postcard, and it was this one. I'm always surprised when they don't pull things like this from their archives and just reproduce these things, because I think people would love it. This is another postcard set. When you take the Disneyland train around Disneyland, there's a diorama, and it's a life-size diorama of the Grand Canyon. This is a scene from that diorama. This is a postcard set of the Grand Canyon scene from the Disneyland Railroad. Let's look inside of this. It opens with this flap. bunch of different images. Some of them are from the diorama, and some are actually, I think, repeats of the other. Oh, I forgot this one as well. I also found this, and this is from Knott's Berry Farm, which is just down the road from Disneyland. Knott's Berry Farm is quite old as well. Knott's Berry Farm was a place where you could go and just get berries, and it turned into this theme park. There's a picture of the chicken dinner restaurant, and I think all of this was there before the theme park. Mr. and Mrs. Knott at the original berry stand. Anaheim used to be farming land. The history of Knott's Berry Farm, here we go. Knott's Berry Farm, known from coast to coast, had its beginning in 1920 on 10 acres of rented land. From a roadside berry stand, it has developed into a famous chicken dinner restaurant, and over 1.5 million dinners are served annually in the combined restaurants. It's just crazy to think that that area was, which is now so crowded, I mean, it looks like LA, but that area that it used to be agricultural, and now it's freeways and houses and all that. So that is what I found, this bag of quite a few postcards. Then I was reminded that a few years ago in that same thrift store, and I have a vlog about this as well, I found some vintage Disney patches. I looked for them in my things here, and I pulled them out to show you that I also got these in North Carolina. These are vintage Disney patches. This says Mickey Mouse Club, Walt Disney Productions, from a company called Streamline. I found 2 of them at the Penny Saved thrift store. Someone in North Carolina is a collector of Disney stuff. So that was all I found in North Carolina. I went back to DC. It was the day that I was leaving. We had breakfast. We ended up having some extra time, so she asked if I would like to go thrifting, and at first I said no, but I'm glad that we actually did end up going thrifting because I found some things. We went to one thrift store, a Salvation Army in Northern Virginia. We decided to go to the houseware section, and what I ended up finding was a box of vintage candles. They're 12-inch candles. A lot of candles that I buy now are 10 inches, so it was nice that these were so long. Hand-dipped candles, they're dripless. The reason I purchased these was because of the color. It's this nice hot pink color. This is one of my favorite colors. This was a full box, and I've used this many so far. Each candle has the name of the company, Patrician. These were $4.99 for the box of candles. This was all in one section, so I just kind of kept grabbing things, and within minutes I had a few things. Doubled the number of things that I found on my East Coast trip. I also found this. It's a pineapple key holder. So this was $2.99, and on the back it says made in Italy. I found this pineapple candle holder as well. And anytime I find pineapple candle holders that are vintage, I buy them. This was also only $2.99. Look at that. So nice. I also found this, which I think is one of my favorite finds of the trip. I found this in the same section. This is a candle from Notre Dame. It's a prayer candle. On the top it says Cathedral Notre Dame. And this is something that you can purchase when visiting Notre Dame in Paris. Let's open it up. Unused. I thought it was very special to find this. I think this was $2.99, so it wasn't very much. So I'm glad that we ended up going thrifting at the end as well because I found some things. I really appreciate you being here, and I'll see you again next week. Have a good week. Bye.